Vill du ha hjälp eller känner du dig nöjd?
Jag känner mig nöjd.
Ja, det är okej. Det är okej. Tack så mycket för att du spelat.
So my name is Elias.
And I'm Martin.
Yeah, and we're call ourselves Boss Victor Builder, but you know, it's a work in progress thing. And we're making the game one and the same, which you can find us on Steam, probably. Yeah, it's a puzzle horror game with more spooky feeling and very trying to try like non-linear portal sort of thing. Yeah, I don't know if there's much more to say.
No, I think that's it.
Yeah, you can go try it and check it out.
You kind of answered part of the first question. What's the game called and how did you get the idea to make it?
Oh, so yeah, one of the same sort of, we had a course, we were gonna make a video game on our own, like a project course, when we studied here at Liu University. And we had done a lot of game jam games in the past that were very like short, fun, action focused. But we wanted to make something that was more atmospheric and more like encroach on other emotions, or like other experiences. So then the horror genre seemed obvious, and puzzle games are fun. So like we iterated maybe like 20 ideas or something, right?
Yeah, we took like a whole day where we just brainstormed like what games we liked, what aspects of the games we liked, and then we sort of ended up with this idea.
Yeah. So like I think I think I came up with it like where you're controlling like these puppets or like these things, and then you don't have a body of your own, so you have to like switch into their bodies. And the big part of the horror aspect is that you eventually like lose control because they're like actual entities. They're not your puppet pieces to only play with. They're actually like living beings that you're so invading into their bodies and controlling them. But that's the only way for you to progress. So yeah, that was the sort of horror puzzle idea of it.
So both of you are into horror?
So I like horror vibes more than I like.
Yeah.
Like I'm really scared of horror movies usually.
Okay. It's not often that someone who's scared of horror movies creates horror things, is it?
Like it's more like I like the vibes. I don't like jump scares. So
Okay.
Yeah.
it's like we have no jump scares. That's kind of part of it.
Yeah.
How long has this game been in development?
I mean, the course started around 2 years ago at this point, I think.
Yeah, I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, and then we've been working like over the summer. That was also 2 years ago, and then a bit.
1 year ago, right?
1 year ago. Yeah, and then a bit this summer as well. So it's been mostly like on and off.
Yeah, it's been like it's 2 years, but like 2 main periods, like the course and then the last summer.
Yeah.
And then a little bit before Närcon now. So 2 years give or take, I guess.
What engine are you using for the game?
Good old.
Yeah.
So good old GD script. It's very easy. It's very cheap. Yeah. I'd say I've tried all the other engines, and like Godot is, in my opinion, the best ones for these types of games anyway.
Yeah. The graphics remind me of the original Quake. Is that on purpose?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we looked at like first of all, we're all programmers.
Yeah, we kind of are not that good at like art or modeling.
So
yeah,
we sort of had to like pick a lane where we know we can do the graphics, and so we got inspired by old games. Like a Lethal Company does a similar thing. It's like very old, jagged graphics, but that's sort of vibe. And a lot of it was like we looked at Quake and Cruelty Squad, if you know that, and Silent Hill with the fog and things.
yeah,
Yes, I think it works though. Like it fits our abilities, but it also just becomes kind of creepy in itself.
How does the gameplay mechanics work? You kind of answered a bit of this already. But
Yeah. Do you want to take this?
yeah. I mean, depends on really what you mean. Like the controls, you just move around with the keyboard and then the mouse, and then you can sort of like jump between the puppets you possess with the mouse, and then you use this like jumping between the puppets to solve the puzzles. So we have like plates you can stand on that can activate doors, or like pillars that move up and down, and then we design puzzles around Yeah, those mechanics. And then later on we also have like some gears that are turning. But I think that's mostly it. You just walk on different plates and they activate different things that move.
We try to keep it very simple with all the stuff that's in it, and then make the difficulty come like from something other than a complexity.
Yeah.
I don't think adding more mechanics is necessarily going to make things more interesting. Yeah, so it's just jumping between guys and then pushing on plates and solving puzzles. A lot of perspective.
Yeah.
So all the characters have the same abilities, kind of? You just move them on different areas, or do they have like special abilities or something like that?
They're all one and the same, you know.
Is this game single player only?
Yeah.
How difficult do you think the puzzles are compared to other titles like Amnesia, which is relatively easy, or Myst, that is hardcore?
I'm not sure.
I haven't played Amnesia, I played Myst and Ribbon, and it's definitely not up there. Like, they're much more self-contained usually, and they don't use the same type of like logic, because it's very like logic puzzle based and perspectives and things like that. But I just say, like, I think it's a bit more difficult than Portal, I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, some of the puzzles, when like you come up with something and want to test the idea on me, and I like struggle to solve it.
Yeah, like there was one puzzle in the older version, like the last puzzle of that version, that was so difficult that a bunch of people just gave up, like right at the end.
Yeah.
Which is probably not a great design decision, but but it's telling of like how difficult these puzzles can get.
Yeah, it's very easy to make a puzzle that's too difficult.
Yeah. It's a lot of work trying to find that balance and trying to find a balance of like what type of player do we think we're gonna like this, because some players just breeze through it and other players struggle with like the first few puzzles.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna see how we solve that, I'm not sure.
Then the next question. Is there anything that surprised you with the feedback you got from the players here at Närcon? Or something that you didn't think they were gonna give feedback on? Or like?
I forget, a lot of it is like the sort of connections that we expect with like Portal and like Quake and horror stuff. I've been surprised with some people who don't really, they come into it and they're like, oh, I don't like puzzle games, and then they try it and then they just kind of like the vibes a lot, and then they like do these puzzles anyway because they like the vibe of the game. Which I don't really understand. That if I didn't want to like the gameplay, I'm probably not going to stick around because the vibes are good, but that's probably just me.
Yeah.
Speaking of vibes, I didn't notice, is there any music in it right now, or?
Yeah.
We made the music ourselves.
How many people are you? Is it only you two, or?
It's one more.
Person. Yeah.
3 persons, okay.
So we feel. But yes, we made all the music ourselves and all the sound effects and not all the models anymore, but there's some of our free assets on them. But
Yeah.
a lot of it is in-house made, I guess.
Yeah, most of it is.
Yeah.
What has been the hardest part in creating the game so far?
Just creating puzzles that are easy to see. Like part of like the horror vibe is that it's supposed to be like dark and dim, but that also gets in the way of the puzzles because people don't really see some things. They miss like a part of the puzzle and then they can't solve it because they didn't see that like a plate that they could stand on existed.
Yeah.
So designing the puzzles in this theme that we want is
Like it's impossible to solve a puzzle if you don't know all the pieces, and if it's really dark, you're not gonna find all the pieces. We have to like be very deliberate where we put light sources, and like how we place things around walls. And it's also like because we need things to be hidden because otherwise, like it'd be blocked by walls. Because otherwise, you can jump like between them, and it's part of the game is blocking the sightlines. And so balancing that would actually be so they can find the pieces is really difficult.
Yeah, and it's also really difficult to design something from the perspective of someone who's playing the game from the first time. Because the more you play it, the more you get used to it, and then you're like, oh yeah, this is going to be super easy, and then people struggle with it, and you're like, yeah, I guess I'm just wrong.
We've run out of testers quite a lot because we've used a lot of testing to like get to know if is this a good spot right now, and then eventually we don't have any protesters. We have to build things and then we'll like screw up things that aren't obvious to new players.
Yeah.
I think that and also lore, because we try to do a lot of environmental storytelling. So like put bits and pieces in the world that like tell the story of what has happened here and how the players are part of it. But that is very difficult to do because how do you tell a story without any words? It's not an easy task.
So the game is text-free? Or
not anymore. The intro now has text, but before that it was complete text-free. Now everything past the intro is text-free right now. It might be in the end.
Yeah.
We might have some more like lore places where we have a little bit of text to try to clarify things. But we try to make it as text-free as possible, like just in general with also tutorials and lore and everything. But it's not easy.
Yeah. Where and when will this be released? What consoles and what online stores, etc.?
We're currently in the process of setting up our Steam page, so it will most likely be on Steam. And since we're using Godot, it should be available on like all operating systems. Since Godot,
I think Godot supports at least Windows, Linux. We're gonna try to get controller support probably.
Yeah.
So then they should work with Steam Deck.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much support Godot has for like Mac.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. Depends on Godot.
Yeah, release days is also to be decided. We don't know exactly know the scope yet. It's sort of a like work in progress, and then after iteration, you will try to look at like, oh, are we okay with releasing this? So, yeah, we will see probably a few years or a year down the line or something.
Yeah.
How far do you think you've come now? Have you set the ending of the game and such, or are you still developing like the ending and how long it's gonna be?
Like we have sort of, since we made the first version, had like all 3 acts that we were thinking of. So that is done, but now we reworked the first act. You could say that we are 1/3 through the development process in that aspect.
Yeah.
But there's probably going to be a bunch of polish more in that.
Yeah, we're also thinking of like redoing a lot of the things that we've done in Act 2 and 3, so...
Yeah, we'll see, essentially. Depends on where we want to set the bar. But there is, if we wanted to release it right now, we could, but we don't want to. Yeah. Essentially.
That was the last question, and we got the guest of honor running in here as well. It was the guy who created Närcon, so that's some bonus material. Okay, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Jag gillar lite...
Ja, var det inte så i alla rum? Jag trodde det var något sån här gemensamt tema för alla rum.
Jag gillar det på något sätt. Det är lite
Det kanske är för att de har hängt där varje gång jag har kommit in i rummet. Varje gång jag har kommit hit så har det varit kroppar som har hängt i rummet typ, så att det kanske folk gillar att spela i de områdena. And that was the last video from Närcon Sommar 2025. I hope you enjoyed all my videos and look forward to my next video. I recorded some footage at Marken 2025. It will be in Swedish, but hopefully most people here will be able to understand it. See you later, and thanks for watching.